Hey guys, my name is Paul, the Director of Marketing at Icon Aircraft. I want to show you another video here. I had the chance to fly Lake Union in downtown Seattle. Really one of the more interesting flights I've had the chance to do in the Icon A5s. With this particular flight, I flew with Alex Mason, the Regional Sales Director in Seattle. He has a ton of time in Seattle, particularly flying this approach. But for those of you ever interested in, flying in Seattle in the A5 or maybe in just another seaplane, one has put together a quick highlight video here of some things to look out for and just answer some general questions. Without further ado here, we took off from Renton Airport, which is, I don't know, maybe 8 miles south east of downtown Seattle. Lake Union, by the way, is the primary lake that I think Seattle might be known for, in the sense of it's right downtown. A lot of boats are there, a lot of floating hot tubs on a Wednesday afternoon. I mean, I was sort of working by flying the A5, but people, Wednesday at 1 o'clock in a floating hot tub in Lake Union. Take off, Renton will cancel your frequency, as it were. So at that point, you've got a Bravo shelf above you. You've got, you've just left the Renton Class Delta airspace. At this point, it's really all about other seaplanes.
Citation 511 Tango.
As soon as we cross the East Channel Bridge, we're at the Delta, so we'll start to monitor the lake frequency and position report all the way up to the 520. All right, go ahead and make a left-hand turn. We'll follow the eastern shoreline of Lake Washington here.
Okay. AQ Alpha, Webster Point, turning north for Kenmore. We got the one over the 520.
All right, now follow this eastern shoreline. So the Delta for Boeing actually runs just off the shore over here.
That's your area traffic.
But if we follow this eastern shoreline, basically they call it the Medina shoreline. It keeps us out of their
Behind you, Ted.
out of their airspace.
This is Bellevue right here?
Downtown Bellevue.
Lake Washington traffic, Icon 632 Bravo Whiskies, Medina shoreline northbound 1200, Lake Washington.
And one of the reasons why Seattle is such a robust community is because everybody talks with each other. Position reporting isn't just something that's nice to do, but there are several, more than several, but there's many waypoints and position reports that seaplane pilots can use so that you are communicating, being very communicative with other seaplane pilots in the area.
Lake Union's tucked into there?
Lake Union's tucked in there. So see the Space Needle. It's just north of the Space Needle, north and east of the Space Needle. We'll see what traffic. Doesn't show a whole lot of traffic over on Lake Union right now, so we might get lucky and get in there.
Will the seaplanes show up on the Stratus or the Sentry?
Yep, they're going to show up on here. And then again, everyone will position report on 22.9.
Lake Washington traffic, Icon 632 Bravo Whiskey is 520 northbound, inbound for Lake Union. Lake Washington traffic.
We're going to go just north of Husky Stadium there.
Okay. I got eyes on.
Actually, what we'll do is follow the canal.
Okay. So it's a little south of the stadium?
Yep, south of the stadium. We'll follow the canal. Winds are out of the north today, so it'll be a north landing. What we'll do is cross I-5. So I-5 will come into view here soon. We'll cross I-5, and then we'll head to the Aurora Bridge. That's a reporting point. So we'll tell the traffic in the area we're crossing I-5. We'll also mention we're at the stadium. And then we'll tell them Aurora. And then, I don't know if the cameras pick it up or not, but we've got Queen Anne Towers. That's another reporting point. It's basically right when you're setting up to land. So we're gonna go ahead and do our flow for a water landing. So we'll make sure the gear's up, flaps are down, water rudder's up at Queen Anne there.
Okay.
And set up for landing.
Eventually, after, 5 or 6 minutes, going about 80 knots or so, you'll reach what is, for all intents and purposes, downtown Seattle. And that's Husky Stadium is really the first waypoint where you are able to see Lake Union off to your left. And at that point, you can identify or start to identify if the water is workable. Are there a lot of floating hot tubs there for the day and maybe you shouldn't be landing? But two, this is when you would start doing your feet wet check, right? In your head, you're preparing to land preparing for a water landing. And then you see the Aurora Bridge, which is where you can start forming your downwind.
So this is Aurora Bridge just under the nose here. Again, we're just looking at the water, making sure we've got a lane to land. This entire time we're looking and making sure that we've got adequate room and separation from others enjoying the lake.
Lake Union traffic, Icon 632 Bravo Whiskies, Aurora Bridge, southbound for a water landing, Lake Union.
So we'll maintain at or above 1,000. So we're abeam the Queen Anne Towers here.
At this point, this is where it really starts to become pretty amazing as far as the vantage point you'll have, because you have downtown Seattle right in front of you. The Space Needle will just be off to your right quarter, maybe your 2 o'clock, and then of course you'll have Lake Union underneath you below, or just off to your left below, and the scenery is very captivating. And one of the reasons why this area, however, is, it's a good idea to bring someone along, or to go with someone who's done this route before on a fam flight. There's stuff you're going to want to look at. You're going to want to look at the Space Needle. You're going to want to look at these towers and just take everything in. There aren't too many routes in this country where you are, I don't want to say flying between buildings, but you are, going over a major metropolitan area at around 400 to 500 feet. So I want to show you that aspect of this flight here.
All right, we'll set up, do our pre-landing check. So gears up for water. Flaps are coming down, water rudder's up. Again, making sure we're in the white arc. All right, Paul, do you see the yellow crane there? We're going to actually go on the outside of that crane. Then on the outside, see the white stripey building there?
We're just going to shoot the gap here, basically.
Yeah, shoot the gap. Yeah, we're going to go on the outside of the white stripey building as well. Always keeping eyes on that crane, making sure we know exactly where it's at. We're actually going to descend down here quite a bit. Pretty incredible, is it not?
Skyway Import Tango Romeo, turn in left downwind for landing to the west.
All right, eyes on the crane. Go just outside that tallest building there, and then we got a nice lane. Got quite a few boats and sailboats out there. I think we'll be able to get in though.
I mean, we're probably a couple hundred feet above. We're on base to final here. And again, for those that are like, well, that's sketchy, how are you allowed to do that? It's because we're a seaplane and we're landing.
We'll plan on landing just past these sailboats here. You can see the gusts are picking up a little bit, darker areas on the water, so we'll be cognizant of that. All right, gears up for water.
As you see here, line up, we find our lane here. Right pretty much in the center of the lake here, there's that nice pocket. The A5 really needs about 1,000 feet for the runway. For the lay person, if you're just on the water, you might just see, the A5 just kind of does a loop around, flies in between some buildings, and then it just is splashing down on the water, and that's how you land. But, Alex was very good about showing me how everything of this is just regimented. It's not like, you just, maybe you're at Husky Stadium, or maybe I'll just come in from the south and I'll overfly, the downtown buildings and I'll just do a straight in into the lake. That's not how this works. Every time he's doing it the same way so that he knows, 1, I'm not going to forget about my gear. 2, I'm going to be able to take a look at the water, get an idea of the sea state. 3, I'm going to be able to see other traffic that's in this area. There's another seaplane base here. Again, a lot of people are using position reports, but maybe there's that one day where someone doesn't. So again, until you really have these items down as memory, as muscle memory, as a regiment that you know how to do, this is a good route to fly with other people. The Lake Union approach. And if you're an A5 pilot, and if you're interested in the A5, contact Alex Mason, our Northwest sales representative. He'd love to take you up. He loves doing this route. He, of course, didn't do this his first time. He did it with an Icon authorized flight instructor in that area. So again, guys, my name is Paul. Hopefully you enjoyed this little overview. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.